Tonight we are deep in the heart of Texas, baby. We're in Arlington, Texas for this MLS Next Pro matchup between North Texas SC and the Town FC in the Western Conference on MLSNextPro.com. Hello, family. I'm James Hadnot. Thank you so much for tuning in to action. And for both of these teams, they're on different parts of the season. The Town is playing just their fourth match all year, just their second match in a total of 28 days. And for North Texas SC, they played the most matches of any team coming into tonight, with 7 already played on the year. And so for North Texas, coming off their loss at the hands of Colorado Rapids 2, they will be looking to get the taste out of their mouth from just a couple of days ago. And for the Town, it's been difficult for them to find a rhythm, and so they're hoping that they can find that rhythm this evening. We start with John Gall's side, playing a 4-2-3-1. Some heavy hitters in the lineup. Homegrown Tyreek Scott, as well as team-leading goal scorer Sam Sarver, will be in the starting 11. Also, Coach Gall's son, Gavin Gall, will play left back for North Texas this evening. And now we take a look at the Town, a team that's 0-2-1. Their last match versus Real Monarchs, falling 2-1. And again, some first-team players in the lineup for the Town. Jamar Ricketts will play up top, and the Town is happy to see the return of Benji Kikonovic. He suffered an injury, a patella injury, back in January, had surgery, and they said it was going to take 3 to 4 months for him to return. He's gone through his rehab, and he's trying to get first-team fit. The opportunity to do so here with the second team. And Cruz Medina, always an option for the Town. He's been playing since 2022 when he signed his homegrown deal and stepped on the field for the first team at just 15 years of age. So there are a lot of things to like about San Jose's lineup, as well as for North Texas. Youth on the side of the team from Texas. Coach John Gall talked at length about how last year we were just a much older team, the likes of guys like Pedrinho, Nico Gordon, who played over in England before coming here, Mads Westergren. All of those guys had experience, and so now with younger players, there are going to be some growing pains, especially having a late loss last time out to Colorado. And so for this side in North Texas, they're going to be, again, looking to fine-tune things as the match goes on, as well as adapt. That was the word that Coach Gall used. Wants these younger players to adapt to what's next. And for the Town, they're just trying to get some matches on the docket. They played, now this is going to be their 4th match of the season, and it'll be their 4th road match to start the year. 0-2-1, looking for just their first win of the year, and they scored just 3 goals. And again, they played Real Monarchs, and then their match before that was on April 10th. And we are on the 23rd, almost 2 weeks since their last match. And they played just 2 matches over the last 28 days, going back to their opener on May 26th. So they are ready to rock and roll. And North Texas, the team that won it all last year, they played that match at Toyota Stadium amongst a humongous crowd, a come-from-behind victory. And although Coach Gall was not the head coach of record at the time, he had his fingerprints all over last year's team. And I got a chance to talk to him this week, and he was just extremely happy about what the team was able to do last year. Of course, he moved up to be an assistant with the first team just 12 games in after the firing of Nico Estevez, and was a part of a side that could not get the first team to the playoffs. But Michel helped lead this second team into the playoffs. Did not lose a match at home all season last year. This was a fortress, was Choctaw Stadium, and they're hoping to reinvigorate the resoluteness of this building this year. Lauren Aldrich is our head referee tonight. North Texas will be in their home white kits. The Town will be in their road black kits with white numbers. Almost ready for first kick in Arlington, Texas. Julian Donnery just waiting for the official whistle. There it is, and we begin from Choctaw Stadium in Arlington, Texas. North Texas SC, reigning champions, taking on Western Conference semifinalists from last year, the Town. The Town making the semifinals in back-to-back seasons. They have been a powerhouse in MLS Next Pro. Last year winning the Pacific. And North Texas, of course, as mentioned, champions of the league. Both sides will try to set the tone and play in their style. Both want to be aggressive, so this should be a fun back and forth match. The Town defensively are an aggressively pressing team. They're going to put pressure on North Texas, and the word from Coach Gall was making that initial pass through pressure, playing direct. And once that first line of pressure is beaten, then there will be a numerical advantage. So as you watch this first half, take note of the initial pass from the back line. Isaiah Kakush and now Alvaro Augusto has to be careful. Well done by our head referee, Lauren Aldrich, not trying to give out a yellow card within the first 2 minutes of action. It would have been warranted. North Texas as well wants to be first to balls and wants to make things difficult on the Town and be compact. Spivey, a little slip forward towards Donnery. It's taken off his foot by Augusto. Antonio Carrera in goal for North Texas. Joined the FC Dallas Academy at the age of 10. Has the most appearances of anyone in goal for North Texas SC. You see a direct ball into Sarver, who could not hold things up. Ball into Medina, across the face of goal. It was just waiting for somebody to arrive. Just too far out in front of Diogo Batista. Medina, an excellent ball. Carrera would have been beaten. It would have been a tap-in for Baptista, but not enough wheels as that ball rolled right in front. Town wants to play on the counter. As you just saw, they can build and be dangerous. Spivey sends the ball forward, and the Town once again with an opportunity to race at Antonio Carrera and North Texas. This is Medina. Gusto does a good job with Medina racing at him. It will be a corner. Cruz Medina in his first team debut back in 2022, a dual youth international with Mexico and United States. And he started matches for the U17 at the World Cup back in 2023. Medina's ball waiting for somebody, and Carrera does the honors for North Texas. Scott trying to keep possession. And Scott sliding in on Cano. And again, you can see Lauren Aldrich not trying to give out a caution just yet, but her fingers very close in a motion saying that you were that close. Big switch for the Town. Medina makes the underlapping run. This is Ricketts. Donnery couldn't make the move on the half turn. This ball will squirt all the way back to Wilson Eisner. In goal for the Town is Luka Ulrich. Signed in early April. Ricketts rumbling forward. Ball, Donnery takes the touch. But his shot is blocked away. Last-ditch defending by North Texas, but they are under heavy pressure early on from the Town. And an immediate ball forward. Sam Sarver with it for NTSC. Ramirez, long effort. And this is also the home to the Arlington Renegades. If the field goal post was there, that would have been good. Renegades, of course, the UFL side that plays here at Choctaw Stadium. First chance for North Texas to sink their teeth in defensively. Forcing the turnover, Kakush. Garcia. And the son of Coach John Galt, Gavin Galt, turning it over. And then a shove from the teenager, Aaron Easel. This has been a very aggressive start for North Texas. The Town is definitely feeling the home side as they found themselves on this pitch a couple of times already. And that is just something to watch. The more players end up on the pitch with borderline heavy challenges, more than likely a couple players are going to find themselves in the book. Tyrek Scott trying to find himself on the score sheet. Scott back across. And Josh Torquato did not find a recipient. Donnery is called for the foul. So North Texas will take over in possession. Augusto, the Brazilian, Isaiah Kakush came up through the Barca residency. Now a turnover. Carrera well off his line. Hill cleared away. There's the nerviness that the back line of North Texas has played with at times. I talked with Coach Gall about it and the difference between last year. Guys like Humphrey and Gordon. Gordon a part of the best 11 in MLS Next Pro, playing in the second tier this year. As Westergren and Humphrey also not having their options picked up, but were big parts of the 2024 championship squad. And Coach Gall was just very honest in saying that we didn't just have a older group in the back line, we had an older group overall. And when there is youth on the pitch, there will be mistakes. The savviness, not always there, that comes with experience. The talent is obvious and evident. And the only thing that can help is experience and time on the pitch, allowing them the opportunity to adapt. That ball hit the official. Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. 12th minute of action, no score between North Texas and the Town. Cruz Medina onside. Medina, ball on a string. Into Rohan Rajacapulo. Kakush. Round to Augusto. Back to the goalkeeper, Carrera. Carrera, FC Dallas through and through. With the team since he was a youth. Direct ball into Sarver. His second ball doesn't flip past Ibarra. Eisner. Cano under some pressure. But once again, Cruz Medina squeaks free. He was offside. As you can see, through just short of a quarter of an hour, both sides making it obvious how they want to attack the other. The Town wanting to work its way around and find Medina in the wide areas based on how North Texas triggers out and defends. And for North Texas, you've seen on multiple occasions them try to play long, play direct over that first and second line of the press. Now the question is, who will execute? And that's, again, directly from head coach John Gall. He said we can talk tactics in every facet of the game all week, but if the team doesn't execute, then we won't have results. It is up to the players on the field to execute. The Town making it difficult for North Texas to build. Donnery trying to use his frame and does just that to pick it up. Kano put under some pressure by Sarver, so he'll go back to the goalkeeper, the former Hoya. Georgetown. Ball finds the boot of Medina, works back to Ricketts. Ricketts has made 6 appearances for the first team this year, 5 starts, has a goal and an assist. So once again, getting some minutes down with the second team. Staying fresh. Eisner. Garcia is held up, and that'll be a free kick for North Texas. The first set piece of the evening for either team, coming nearly 16 minutes in. Sarver, the former Indiana Hoosier, and Diego Garcia, the homegrown, both behind it. Sarver sends it in. Ball is there. Oh my! An absolute golazo! Gavin Gall making Papa proud. And North Texas with an emphatic 1-goal lead. Spectacular from Gavin Gall. And what a way to open your North Texas account. And a point to the sideline. Stunning from Gavin Gall. And his story special as well. Came to an open tryout in December of 2024. Showed what he can do, and then was invited to be a part of the trialist camp in preseason. I don't know if they saw that in preseason, but had to have seen something similar. The ability there, and just what a moment for North Texas. Your father is the head coach of the second team, and you're making plays of that magnitude. That finish oozing of quality. North Texas is in front by a goal. Carrera into Sarver, beating that first line of pressure. Sarver looking for Tyreek Scott, who has plenty of pace. And Malachi Molina was making the underlapping run. That ball has a little bit more on it. And that's just how you draw it up if you're North Texas. Now Medina. He has pushed off the ball. The stadium still buzzing after that goal. Gall. Torquato. That will be a foul. Josh Torquato showing his ability down the touchline. Torquato, of course, another Academy member. FC Dallas Academy member since 2019 at the U12 level. And he spent the first part of the year, the preseason, with the first team. Ramirez trying to connect with Garcia, but it ends up with Ricketts of the Town. Eisner. Augusto just pushes Donnery off, and another opportunity for North Texas. Sam Sarver. Sarver, oh, that's a stop by Ulrich. Diving to his right, got a paw on it, and denies Sam Sarver his 5th goal of the season. North Texas playing quickly, and Sarver, who is a beast, almost had that goal, but was denied by Ulrich. Now Tyreek Scott. North Texas felt like they were warranted a corner. It's out for a goal kick. This portion of the match is brought to you by Children's Health, the official healthcare partner of FC Dallas and North Texas SC. Well, a surgical shot from Gavin Gall has given North Texas a 1-0 lead over the Town. Ricketts going at Molina. Tries to go around him, but the Jamaican Youth International was ready. Ricketts tracking back, forcing the ball off of Molina. Malachi Molina, another member of the FC Dallas Academy, coming up. Molina signed his homegrown deal in January, along with a couple of other players, Diego Garcia and Anthony Ramirez, to name a few. So much success came out of last season for North Texas. And Coach Gall, talking with our Michelle Montaigne, just spoke about how not only were they able to win the championship, but so many young men were able to sign first-team contracts. This ball will pop to Sarver, and North Texas has numbers. Tyreek Scott had the ball bounce off the back of his foot. The right idea from Sarver, trying to switch the point of attack to Torquato. But on the other end, the Town are looking for an equalizer. Donnery can't tap it in. It was on a platter, but he couldn't finish his plate. Ricketts with an excellent ball to one of the top goal scorers in Donnery. But a rare miscue from the Scottish Youth International. Spivey on the turn. He's past 2 men. Slips it out wide. Kikanovic sends the ball right to Carrera. Benji Kikanovic. Again, making this start after suffering an injury back in January, has made more than 90 appearances for the first team. You see the Town dominating possession, but North Texas has dealt with the pressure. Scott holding up play. Ramirez out wide to Torquato. North Texas has looked like a well-oiled machine, despite not dominating the possession. But the Town have had their chances as well. Two opportunities that you could think of. The one you just saw from Donnery, and Cruz Medina also coming in. The ball that came all the way across the face of goal. And Baptista just 2 to 3 steps shy. Sarver, diagonal ball to Torquato. Ramirez. Garcia. Those two have an excellent knack to connect. And they're two players that Coach Gall is not only high on, but expects a lot from. Antonio Carrera goes down. So you saw it when he played the ball out, kind of hopping a little bit and needing a stretch. So Isaiah Kakush will play trainer. Will stretch out that right leg. Backup goalkeeper for North Texas is JT Harms out of Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. Began his career at Duke, then transferred to Indiana. He played with Sam Sarver, who's on the pitch now for North Texas. Carrera looks like he's going to continue, though. We'll have to watch his movement, how fluid he is if he's called upon. Garcia. Torquato sees that ball bounce off of Eisner, but it finished off of Torquato. So Benji Kikanovic sends the ball in. Donnery can't control the header. The Town called for a foul, and you can see the disgust out of Jermaine Spivey. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Everyone for the Town showing some angst after that whistle, because it looked like they would have had an opportunity. The Brazilian, Augusto, to Carrera. North Texas will invite the pressure so they can do this, play over the top. Ricketts can't keep that in. Molina will have an opportunity to throw. Ricketts retrieves this from Tyreek Scott, and the Town are back in possession. This ball comes all the way back to Ulrich. Shows his dribbling ability, and Sarver too aggressive. Trying to track down the captain for the Town, Ibarra. Ricardo Ibarra, second year out of UC Irvine. Just less than 60 appearances for the Anteaters in his time at UC Irvine. Molina too aggressive, so Medina and company will have the free kick. We're in the 30th minute. North Texas SC in front of the Town. 8th game of the year for North Texas, just the 4th game of the year for the Town. Kikanovic was riding the challenge, and in the end, a foul was called. Ball popped up on Baptista. Isaiah Kakush will restart things. Mentioned that he was a part of the Barca residency out in Arizona before coming to the North Texas Academy. Play with Jaden Contreras, who's on the bench for North Texas tonight. Scott can't keep possession. Cano sends it forward. Molina heads it back towards Torquato. And North Texas is on the ball. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare Hydrate. Hydration for today, tomorrow, every day. Bad giveaway. This is Spivey, who's trying to control. Jermaine Spivey now turning, shooting, and blocked by Augusto. Was Rohan Rojagopal. Malachi Molina on his horse coming the other way. Sarver cutting inside. Gavin Gull to Tyreek Scott, and this ball will roll out off of Eisner. Throw in for North Texas. Torquato inside the box, sends it all the way across to no one in particular, and Ricketts picks it up for the Town. Quickly dispossessed by Sarver. Once again trying to play into Scott. Nothing there. Says our referee. Play on. Here's the decision. Ivanovic taking off the ball. This is Ramirez. A bit of a shove and another set piece. You know what happened the last time North Texas had a set piece on this side of the pitch. Take a look at the shots for both sides. And again, there's been a lot of action, but not a lot of shooting. North Texas has made the most of their opportunities. Those two shots from the Town could have had better efforts and could have really impacted the scoreline. Garcia towards the back stick, and it will bounce out of play for a goal kick. Ricketts can't work his way around Molina. Another throw in back into Cruz Medina. Ibarra. Cano. Now Eisner. And again, when pressure was on the way, ball was sent out by Rohan Rajagopal. Torquato into Tyreek Scott. Tyreek Scott! Oh, wow! Not too far off as it just slipped on the outside of the post. Scott was measuring this based off of where Ulrich was, and Ulrich would have got there, but Scott ambitious. That's a push in the back by Molina, and Ricketts will need help up. Coach Gall said that North Texas was going to come out with a different energy in this match. I asked him about the positives or negatives of playing in the midweek after having a match on the weekend, and he said after losing like we did, it was beneficial. Ricketts will receive a yellow card for throwing down Molina. And Malachi Molina playing with that fire. See here, Ricketts at 23 years of age, just trying to manhandle the teenager, but Malachi Molina was not going for it. And Molina, who's played with the Jamaican youth national team, signed his homegrown deal, as mentioned, back in January. More than 20 appearances here in Next Pro. He's not backing down. Nice touch from Eselt. Now Aaron Eselt trying to make the perfect pass to Josh Torquato. North Texas is excited about Eselt, another teenager who was playing in the Scottish First League recently. And Coach Gall likes his mentality, likes his ability in the center of the park, says he's going to start shining for us. Malachi Molina will track this down for North Texas. We wind closer and closer to the halftime break. At halftime, we'll have a feature on Christian Kofi, spectacular goal scorer for Huntsville, as well as taking a look at the goal of the week from last week. We've already seen the goal of the week for this upcoming week. Be hard-pressed to find a better goal. Maybe an early goal of the year candidate. Still have for the town 24 more matches. 22 more matches for North Texas, so a long way to go. Don't want to crown anything too early, but no doubt we'll be in the running. If you haven't seen Gavin Gall's goal, then stick with us at halftime. highlights from the first half and analysis. Isel. Augusto. Again, North Texas waiting for the Town to step. That's when they'll start things. Augusto looking for Molina, and Malachi Molina is deemed the guilty party. And you can see his displeasure, doesn't know what more he can do there, as Ibarra is down, the captain for the Town. Ibarra back up on his feet. Ricketts trying to work on Isel, and he has to be careful as he continues to grapple on and push these North Texas players. With that yellow card, he has to temper his aggression, because the one thing you do not want to do if you're the Town down a goal is go down a man. Kakush back over the top towards Augusto. Very calm play from North Texas. Cano trying to get around Tyrek Scott. Scott now racing at the goalkeeper. And now it seems that Lauren Aldrich has had enough the extracurricular, the added angst in this match. And just trying to keep tempers down. Eisner into Donnery. Donnery falling. Let's see if this ball gets brought back. It does not. And Carrera will collect. Now into Tyrek Scott. Scott cannot maneuver through Cano and Ricketts. A great job by Jamar Ricketts to come back and help, because Tyrek Scott one-on-one is not something you want to see if you're a defender. This will be a foul on Kakush as he went over the top of Baptista. You see Isel and Garcia ensuring that Medina cannot play quickly. Baptista still trying to shake off that collision. Late opportunity for the Town. We're in the 45th minute. And they are down to North Texas, a team that has not beat them since April of 2022. Baptista lifts this into the box. It's headed back goalward. Donnery gets a touch. Baptista can't get a clean strike. And now Sam Sarver sprinting forward. Sarver can't slip through. He's shoved down. Kikanovic. And again, lots of shoving. Players on the pitch. As the fourth official officially announces a minimum of 2 minutes of added time. You can just see the toll it's taking on the town. That's Donnery, who's still down. Rohan Rajagopal also back up on his feet. And the ice baths are going to be ready for the town. Aaron Esel receives a yellow card for North Texas for his push of Donnery. Carrera sends this away. Finds the foot of Medina. Esel, again, just picked up that yellow. And Esel, he has to be careful. Cruz Medina was not happy. He got a shove in. And things are just starting to get chippy between the town and North Texas. So we'll have to see how the second half goes. Aldrich going to talk to Esel. You just picked up a yellow, sir. Have to be smart. Spivey sends this over the top. Baptista. Now Kikonovic. Kikonovic, well done to earn the free kick. Now a yellow being shown. So that is Torquato, who will pick up a late yellow. Cruz Medina, we have played more than our minimum of 2 minutes of added time. Medina, now the ball comes in. Cleared by Garcia. Sam Sarver once again barreling forward. Sarver looking for options. Now Augusto, your center back, takes a poor touch. And he's wanting the ball into his path. And that's how the first half comes to a close. Well, there were no shortage of shoves, no shortage of aggression, but there was excellence off the boots of Gavin Gall. And his golazo gave North Texas a 1-0 lead that they keep at the halftime break. Let's look back at the MLS Next Pro goal of the week. New York Red Bulls 2 midfielder Ibrahim Kasule is this week's winner. Following a corner kick, the Ugandan international controlled the ball with his chest before unleashing a rocket past the Chicago Fire 2 goalkeeper, extending his side's lead to 3-1 on the way to a 3-2 victory. Red Bulls 2 sits atop the Northeast Division standings with 10 points at this early stage of the season. Ibrahim Kasule, an excellent striker. We've got highlights from earlier this week, a player profile, and more as halftime continues.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, 'cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake, and I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace, I live how I like, so looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Welcome back to halftime. It's now time for our player feature. Let's get to know Huntsville's Christian Kofi.
That's a poor pass, and it may open up space for Kofi against his former side. Christian Kofi scores!
Kofi, an excellent move as he sends the ball out wide. Cross comes in, and Christian Kofi, he is extremely dynamic.
Christian Kofi has had quite an international journey. He spent time in the Monaco Academy, where he would see a young Kylian Mbappe learning his craft. He's played for clubs in France, Italy, and Spain, before coming to MLS Next Pro with Chicago last season. And now, he's with Huntsville. So what drew him to MLS Next Pro at this stage of his career?
I will say the American dream for me to have the opportunity to come and play in America was crazy, like a unique experience. So I feel like year to year, like the level of the league evolve. They bring a lot of very good players for the MLS, but also for the Next Pro. So it's crazy.
Kofi's experience with several different countries, coaches, and systems has shaped him as a player, such that his coach Chris O'Neill sees something truly special in him.
He has an ability that isn't often replicated, and I would say that he is a special player in the sense that, especially 1 versus 1, he has the ability to create off of a dribble, get out of tight situations, but then he also has the vision to be able to play a final pass that other players just don't see. And you know, I think for us, he's extremely exciting, and we're extremely happy to have him.
The MLS, I think the next step, it will be maybe for me it's the MLS. It's my target. And if it's not happen, I will just try to do my best to arrive to MLS. My goal is Huntsville. The minimum is the playoff, but for us it's like bring the trophy in Huntsville to our fans, because I think they deserve that. I think we have like for me, the best fan base in the league. And personally, it's like to be the best player in the league, if I can. Yeah, I will say that.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
be a fun season of MLS Next Pro.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Highlights and stats are around the corner, but first, Inter Miami 2 and Orlando City B played a special match at the Generation Adidas Cup. April Marie Aguilar was there, and here is the report.
What's up, guys? I'm April Marie Aguilar, coming to you from Florida, directly from IMG Academy, where we just witnessed an intense Sunshine State Derby. Let's take a look back at all of the action.
It's the Florida Derby, Inter Miami 2 against Orlando City B on match week number 5. Orlando City is looking to rise to the top of the charts, where Chattanooga is also at the top, while Inter Miami looks to make its push to the top of the table. The whistle blows. Shaq Muhammad starts us off here at MLS Next Pro at the 2025 Generation Adidas Cup.
From the start, both teams came out with energy, but it was Miami who struck first. Tyler Hall opened the scoring in the 16th minute with an assist by Bailey Sparks. It wouldn't be long before OCB equalized with Tahir Reed-Brown finding the back of the net in the 23rd minute. During the first half, we caught up with MLS Next Pro President and EVP Charles Alchek and Ali Curtis, MLS Next Pro SVP of Competition and Operations, to get their thoughts on this year's GA Cup.
For the Academy players who are here, from the players from around the world who are watching this game, they're getting a glimpse of what the potential is for the best young players in our system coming through our academies to our Next Pro teams.
This is probably the best youth tournament in North America, so for our young players to be able to experience what the next level looks like, you know, in person, it's just been a really great experience.
Just over 20 minutes later, right before halftime, Mateo Saja was assisted once again by Bailey Sparks. Miami took that lead into the half. While the players took to the locker rooms, we took this time to chat with some of the Academy players that were in attendance.
Why is it so important to watch these pros up close and personal?
You know, hey, it's a pleasure to just come watch in a beautiful atmosphere at this big tournament, come watch our team support. You just got to show love, because one day we could be on that field too.
Seeing them, seeing what the next level is like, seeing where you can see yourself fall into a team where you see what you need to work on, take the good habits, the good things out of them, and what you can see that you can apply to your game.
The second half kicked off with Miami continuing to apply pressure against Orlando City B. Idol Zeltzer Zubaira bagged what would turn out to be the match winner for Inter Miami 2 in the 55th minute. Both teams would fiercely contest the rest of the second half until Shaq Muhammad brought OCB back within one. But it was not enough, as the match would end 3-2 in Miami's favor.
There's the full-time whistle. It's 5 consecutive unbeaten for Miami in the Florida Derby. They withstand the late Orlando City burst to capture a 3-2 win.
Tonight was another perfect example of the pathway in action. Miami heads down south with 3 points, and for now, that's a wrap from us at this year's GA Cup. We'll catch you guys next time. Adios!
Action!
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for like my vibe.
Welcome back to halftime. We're moments away from the second half between North Texas SC and the Town. James Hadnot here with you from Arlington, Texas. North Texas in front after the 17th minute goal by Gavin Galt. And for both of these teams, we gotta see how they got there, right? How'd the first half go? Let's take a look at those highlights. Early on, it was this finish of spectacular proportion. Gavin Galt. All you can say is wow. Galt's first goal of the season, opening his North Texas account. And Sam Sarver almost had a second as this ball was just snagged or stopped by Ulrich. Coming the other way. This is usually dispatched by Julian Donnery, but it was one of those miscues from Donnery. Tyrick Scott, an ambitious effort. Ulrich saw it the entire way, but for Scott, he's looking for a goal here today. As we take a look at the schedule, on tomorrow, the other team that's only played 3 matches, Minnesota. Difference between them and the Town is that Minnesota has 3 straight wins. Colorado is looking for a franchise record, 4 straight wins. And to keep their unbeaten streak alive, they lost their opener to Austin and have not been beaten since. And some other fun matches this weekend. Tacoma Defiance, who was flying earlier today against SKC. Jose de Rosario continues to lead the entire league in goals scored, taking on St. Louis, who's at the top of one of the top teams in the Western Conference table. And then the Carolina Derby, Crown Legacy taking on Carolina Core. So much fun in MLS Next Pro. Just some notes on our stats. 4 shots for North Texas, 2 shots for the Town. Just 1 corner for either side. That was for the Town. And possession has mostly been with TTFC, the affiliate of the San Jose Earthquakes. More than 52% of the possession with the Town, but North Texas taking advantage when they are in possession. Substitution that we've got word from the Town. Nonso Adimabua will come on for Julian Donnery. So Adimabua played prior at University of Cal, all conference, all 3 seasons at Cal Berkeley. In his first year with the Town, looking for his first goal of the season. Donnery, who we saw in our highlights, just missing out on tap-in goal. He's just one of 3 players that have scored on the season. Tomo Allen, who is on the bench, has also scored. And Riley Lynch, who was not available to date, was the 3rd player to have scored for the Town. So they will need offense, and they will need it against North Texas, who we saw this a lot last year, would score a goal, defend for a long stretch, find an early goal in the second half, and then ride that momentum out, especially here at home where they went 9 wins, no losses, and 5 draws. Undefeated at home last year was North Texas. Did not lose a match in the playoffs as they were victorious in MLS Next Pro Cup. North Texas will make a sub as well. Caleb Swan will come on for Alvaro Augusto. So Swan, who's just 18 years of age, been with the academy since 2022, will make his 8th appearance on the season. As you see Swan fly into North Texas huddle moments away from the start of the second half. So North Texas in their home white kits, the Town in their road black kits. Lauren Aldrich, our head referee, will have a task on her hands in this second half. Aaron Easel is on a yellow card, Jamar Ricketts on a yellow card, but there was a lot of pushing and shoving throughout the first half on both sides. How does she manage that as the center referee? It also is a storyline for the remainder of this match. Whistle blows and we begin the second half between North Texas SC and the Town FC. North Texas in front thanks to Gavin Gall's stupendous strike in the 17th minute. Ramirez first to this. Now Tyreek Scott turning. Nice slide tackle from Kano. And that will scoot off of the Town, or check that. Ends up off of Sarver, and the Town will have possession. The Town giving North Texas a bit of its own medicine, but a handball stops the attack after Nonso Ademebua made his first touch since coming on. And we'll see if the game plan changes for the Town as North Texas starts to press a little bit more and try to find that second goal. Will they start to play more direct? Try to find Ademabua to hold up play. Carrera, sweeper keeper, sends this away. And if they start to play direct, how will that open them up for North Texas, who is also good on the counterattack? As this match starts to open up, it doesn't necessarily benefit either side because both can play in transition and both have excellent athletes on the pitch. And so strap yourselves in. We have a fun second half on the horizon. Sam Sarver is brought down. North Texas restarts play. Sarver, the former Hoosier at Indiana University, leading North Texas in goals after a brace last time out. North Texas falling to Colorado 3-2. A late goal from Colton Swan of Colorado, drowning North Texas 3-2. And Coach Gall said, "We were happy to be playing in the middle of the week to just get back on the pitch, try to make up for what happened in the match earlier this week on Sunday." Which begs the question, since Saturday and Sunday is the weekend, does the week start on Sunday or start on Monday? These are questions to ponder. Just a fun little thing to think about which side you're on in that discussion. Isel is brought down. Ademabua ends up on the pitch, and Isel had all the body weight of Ademabua fall on him. Shake of hands and a show of sportsmanship. And play continues. Scott holding up Kano. So that's a foul and a free kick now for the Town. So we'll see how choppy this second half will be as well, how many whistles we'll have. As mentioned, Aldrich doing the tough duty of keeping a lid on this match. Two aggressive teams, two high-pressing teams. This ball's taken away by Eselt. Slipped forward. Garcia. Ball's headed back. Ramirez still with it. And this ball will bounce off Ramirez and will be scooped up by Luka Ulrich. Spivey. Ricketts, he picked up a yellow card. Jermaine Spivey, part of the Earthquakes Academy since U13. And went to San Jose State. Now Molina. Ulrich sends this away. All the way back to the North Texas goalkeeper, Carrera. And this will be a yellow on Caleb Swan, the substitute. Came in very harshly, and Ibarra took the worst of it. Both going for the ball, but you see just running through the back of Ibarra. So Swan cautioned. Roger Gopal signed his homegrown deal in January. Adem Abua can't beat Eselt. Tyrek Scott can't win the battle with Kano. Nice touch by Ibarra. And the Town trying to pounce in transition. Baptista. The ball pumped out wide. Ivanovic could not connect with Medina. Tonight's match is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. No goals here in this second half. We're early on. Gavin Gall had the goal in the first half. North Texas once again trying to play direct. Tyrek Scott cannot find his way around Alejandro Cano. Baptista. Roger Gopal. And now Sam Sarver steps in front of this. Sarver slows his pace. Tyrek Scott, he is fouled, tripped up, and a point to the spot. Patience by Sam Sarver, seeking out the streaking Tyrek Scott. And Scott took a touch, was brought down by Eisner, and a penalty for North Texas. You see here, Scott takes that with his right foot. Ball does not come across to his left, and so Eisner runs right through the leg, and that's savvy from Tyrek Scott, and that's why he stands behind the penalty. looking to give North Texas a 2-goal lead. Scott, a sizzling shot. And North Texas goes up 2-0. As Tyrick Scott scores from the spot and now has 3 goals on the year. Here's the foul. Tyrick Scott tripped up. He and Garcia had a quick conversation on who was going to take the penalty. Scott was not going to leave that spot and was not going to be denied a goal. North Texas right out of the playbook. Score a goal in the first half, score a goal early in the second half, and we'll see how they defend. They're always aggressive. They'll be looking for more, but now have a comfortable 2-goal lead. Spivey sends this away as the confidence is obvious for North Texas right now. Foul behind near midfield. The Town will be chasing the game now. This is their 4th match of 4 road matches to start the season. They're 0-2-1 coming into today. Still have not notched a win on the campaign. They scored just 3 goals all year. Sarver, nice sneaky move, slipped it to Garcia. And Eisner puts his body on the line. Quado is pushed down, but it will be a throw in for the Town. Sarver steps from behind, but he's deemed guilty. And he can't believe it. Sarver once again the guilty party as he bulldozed Rohan Rajagopal. And we talked about the chippiness, but also the frustration starting to grow for North Texas and the Town. You see the type of match it's been. Both sides nearing 20 total fouls apiece. That doesn't seem like it is going to slow down. This ball pops free. Adi Mabua. And a nice touch by Gall, the nutmeg, to start North Texas's break. You see Wilson Eisner, he's not pleased. And he's shown a yellow card. That's just well done by Josh Torquato. As he was trying to cut in, he was first to the ball. Eisner's action brought him down. So now Wilson Eisner has a yellow card. So Chance Cowell and Kadrian Spivey, both fresh off appearances in the GA Cup, are back for action with the second team. coming off Diogo Baptista. And Benji Kikanovic. Chance Cowell, younger brother of Hayden Cowell, and Jermaine Spivey's younger brother, Kadrian, now on the pitch with him in tandem. Tyreek Scott will have a talking to. Play was looked to restart, but obviously with the head referee talking to Scott, play will have to come back. You already mentioned the foul count. It will continue to rise as now Tyreek Scott will come out for Chris Salazar. Medina quickly towards Adimabua. And Adimabua earns a free kick for the Town. Such a big body in the middle. Once it's on him, he's looking for one of two things, either a foul or the opportunity to turn. So Cruz Medina is taking the free kicks, taking the one corner that either side has had today. He's there with Jamar Ricketts. Ricketts right into the arms of Antonio Carrera. Going to need a much better strike to beat a player of his caliber from that distance. We've seen North Texas take this 2-goal lead. It's part of the mentality that starts at the top from their head coach at the first team, Eric Quilt, first-year head coach for North Texas. I asked Coach Gall about mentality from the top. He said that Coach Quill is very clear on how he wants the games to be played. Verticality, playing forward, and being aggressive are all tenets of his style. So the way we play is a direct correlation to how the first team plays. We want to take the game to teams, and they felt like they didn't do that versus Colorado, specifically in the first half. In the second half, we've seen it, as well as in the first half. Gall looks like he's going to have to come out for a moment. Might have some blood, which perfectly plays into our next sponsor. This portion of the match is brought to you by UT Southwestern Medical Center, the #1 hospital in Dallas-Fort Worth. I don't think Gall is going to make it to the medical center. An amazing training staff for North Texas SC. Tyler Harmon, one of the best in the business. Excellent touch from Salazar into Sarver. Sarver looking to leave for Molina. And Molina commits the foul inside the box as Ricketts was trying to clear his lines. Tracking this, Ibarra, a nice touch, but ball's lost. Now Swan flying forward, Looking for Salazar, but Kano was there. But Sarver back on the ball. Sarver cannot find his way around Ibarra. Found his way on the pitch, but nothing was there. The right decision to play on. As you can see, North Texas is not going to let up. The 2-goal lead is cool. More goals are better. Roger Gopal slowed up by Sarver. Now into Ricketts. Adi Mabua, his big frame, and he's brought down by Essel, and Aaron Essel has to be careful. Adi Mabua is deemed the guilty party, and North Texas will have a free kick. So Aaron Essel too has a nice profile. That's why Coach Gavin Gall was so pleased with what he's been able to beat in training. Just wanting that to translate to the pitch. The notes. North Texas is 0-3-2 in their last 5 meetings with the town. Only win in this series in MLS Next Pro came in April of 2022 in the inaugural season of MLS Next Pro. It was a victory, 1-0. Bernard Kamungo took MLS Next Pro by storm. Best 11, one of the best stories you'll ever hear. A refugee who came to North Texas and now is a signed first-team player. Now this is Adi Mabua racing past Swan, and Essel slide tackle sends the ball out for the second corner of the day. If you go to ground there, you have to be careful. Essel was perfect. Set piece for the town. Out-swinging ball, headed away by Sarver. Only as far as Chance Cal. Medina back into the box. Now Ibarra. He'll swivel around Salazar. Ibarra snaking out wide. Medina. Ball all the way to Ricketts. Spivey, once again, could not take advantage. Molina just clearing it away. The town once again putting pressure on North Texas. They just have not been crisp in front of goal or with their chances, and that is due to the fact that they're playing their second match in 13 days. Their last match was on April 10th. I talked with Coach DeGear about the time in between matches. He said it was good for one reason. It's allowed us to get a little bit more healthy, but a rhythm we don't have. Some of these shots that are missed out on, or these mishits or whiffs, have to be attributed to the lack of rhythm. This portion of the match is brought to you by Advocare Spark, energy for today, tomorrow, and every day. Nearing the 70th minute of action, North Texas doubled their lead in the second half thanks to Tyrick Scott from the spot. Cal, the dual Mexican youth and U.S. Youth International, tracks this down. Roger Gopal turning. Ricketts going at Molina. Ricketts, an opportunity to cross. Wilson Eisner on the other end of the box. Gavin Gall of North Texas taps that out. The Town will keep possession. Molina slithering, working back to Kakush. Now Isel. Salazar holding things up. That's tapped off of Salazar. This is more like North Texas than what they saw last year. Making things very difficult for teams when they play in this building. Ricketts takes this away. Medina trying to turn. Now Ricketts down the line to Roger Gopal. Spivey tries to turn on his burners and step into the box. Now, speaking of burners, Sam Sarver goes into overdrive. Throttles down, shifts back up, and see by the looks of Ulrich and Wilson Eisner, Sam Sarver has earned North Texas a corner, their first of the night. So although there is plenty of time left for the Town, North Texas would like to stick in an early dagger. Sarver sends this in short. On the ground, excuse me. And there was a lot of pushing in the box. He came in. So now the Town will make a couple of substitutions. Spivey will come out. Tomo Allen will come on. Edwin Mendoza will come on. And Rohan Rajagopal will come off. So Mendoza, who's coming back off of injury. The homegrown who signed in 2023. Trying to bring a spark. With Tomo Allen. Allen, just 18 years of age, the number 4 rated player in Northern California and the Hawaii region. In the class of 2025, he's committed to play at Stanford. We're in the 75th minute. Texas scored their opener back in the 17th minute. Gavin Gall. They scored their second in this second half. Tyrick Scott from the spot forced Wilson Iser to slide through him, and then took the penalty. You saw Diego Garcia having to walk to the bench, slowly walked from the far sideline all the way to the near sideline. Diego Garcia will now come out. Landon Hickman will come on for Garcia, as we have just a quarter of an hour remaining. The Town still looking for their first win of the season, playing in just their fourth match. They and Minnesota coming into this week were the only teams that had played 3 matches. Everyone else had played more than 3. Ball zips out wide, slip towards Sarver. He can't cut it back because Cano sliding in. North Texas will have another corner. Ramirez, an out-swinging ball, little bounce in the box, and then be booted away by Edwin Mendoza. Adi Mabua heads it forward. Medina continues, and Carrera comes out of the box to clear. Nice catch out there in the stands. Of course, this is the former home of Texas Rangers. Ramirez, a nice touch to turn. Salazar can't control, and the ball is lost back to the Town. Mendoza tries to drop this in. Cal's behind. Cal controls. And Gavin Gall, after being beaten for a moment, goes to ground handles the situation. Cal offside. North Texas will take over. Up next for North Texas, they'll take on Minnesota United FC2. And then they'll take on their rival, Houston Dynamo Dos, at Choctaw Stadium on May 18th. It'll be a 2-week break between their next match versus Minnesota and that match against Houston. So they'll be ready for Dynamo Dos. Mendoza loses possession. Sarver in some space. Sam Sarver and Adi Mabua, your center forward, racing back to stop the attack. Ramirez is holding at his face. Adi Mabua came jumping in. And Ramirez is holding at his head. And the training staff will come out to assess. We talked about what's next for North Texas, what's next for the town, as they will see this road streak come to a close. This is their 4th match on the road to start the season. They will play their next 3 at the park at St. Mary's College. Take on their in-state rival LAFC. Then Timbers 2, followed by St. Louis. It'll be a quick turnaround for San Jose, as they will travel back and have to play LAFC 2 on Sunday. Eisner, nice little touch by Allen. Ricketts returns to Allen. Medina out wide, keeping it in on the inline. Spivey back on it for the town. They need 2 goals, and they need them quickly to gain anything from this match. Ricketts. Medina tries to chip it over. You see the intrigue from Cruz Medina. Now Sauber once again going at the back line. Sauber will throw this in. And now it'll be cleared away by Ibarra, but only as far as Swan. Ricketts tries to cut in. That's a foul on Molina. And a set piece late in this match for the town as they try to draw one back. North Texas will make a couple substitutions to continue to keep this clock rolling. Because of the set piece, coaches do not want to make the change and mess up the assignments. Gavin Gall having to get his shin guard back. Now Medina puts this into the box, and it has to be Gall. First one there. Now Salazar clears this away. Now, it looks like North Texas will make those substitutions. So Anthony Ramirez will come off. And Alejandro Orzua, the Dallas, Texas native, will come on. Also coming off, the man with the game-winning goal right now, Gavin Gall for Jaden Contreras. Coming for North Texas. We'll have to wait and see how many minutes will be added. The town is looking for something here. Looking good for North Texas to break their streak of 5 winless against the town. Just had a feeling that they were going to come with a lot of fire, not only at home, but off of the results of the last match with Colorado. It starts from their head coach, Gavin Gall, who is very honest when he says that he asked a lot of his team. Michelle Montaigne about pressure. What does pressure look like? Saying pressure is a privilege. Only one team has the pressure that they have to repeat. That's because they're champions. When you're champions, you're going to get the best from every team you play. Here today, they've shown championship pedigree. On the flip side for the town, when they look back at the tape, they'll think about the chances that they missed out on. Baptista early in the match, Donnery at the doorstep. This match could have looked much different. Tomo Allen could not connect with Medina. You can see the frustration from Cruz Medina. Just a little less pace on that ball, and Medina has an opportunity to either shoot or send it back across the face of goal. And again, that's where game reps, game opportunities come into play. Not to harp on it for the town. It's just the fact of the matter. As this ball bounces over the top, a real opportunity for North Texas. And Contreras, not the best strike, right at the goalkeeper. This was a gift for Contreras. Kano did the best he could to cut down any angle and make the shot a little more difficult. Jaden Contreras usually does better from there. Ricketts, a nice touch around, but he's swarmed. Nice dribbling from the town. Now 4v4, but Swan stepping in front. Ademabua using his body. And the town still with it. Medina is fouled. Now a real opportunity for the town late in this match. And Medina is still down. He's holding at his side. Cruz Medina. Spectacular talent. More than 40 appearances with the second team, and he's just 18 years of age. 5 goals, 2 assists over the course of his Next Pro career. He's going to have a long career because of his talent, his moxie. We're in the 90th minute. We'll have plenty of stoppage. And if the town can find something here, they can make this very interesting. But you see Medina walking gingerly. The town was already dealing with injuries. Edwin Mendoza coming back from an injury. So now Medina, who's taken all the set pieces, having to come off. Somebody else will have to step in. In the 90th minute, it's Eisner. The ball takes a deflection. Carrera there. Oh! A massive save from Carrera. And Antonio Carrera trying to keep the clean sheet as this ball takes a deflection through the wall. And Carrera up off his feet so quickly like a cat. And he denies Alejandro Cano. Ulrich on the edge of the box will snag this. The fourth official announcing a minimum of 7 minutes of added time. Sarver is pushed down, and that'll take some of the 7 minutes right here. Heady play from a seasoned player coming out of IU. Sarver came up through the Columbus Crew Academy, a former U.S. Youth International. Now Urzua. Cowell flips this high into the air. Ball lost to Sam Sarver. Real chance for North Texas as Contreras sees the ball come through. Shot from Swan. Dumped back into the box. Salazar trying to get his body in between the ball as he was pushed down. Play on. Mendoza almost loses possession. Ricketts amazing through. And Ricketts sees that ball pop off of him. It'll be a goal kick. Almost a miraculous effort by Jamar Ricketts, the 23-year-old. Former number 13 overall pick out of Cal State Northridge back in 2024. Adrian Spivey is pushed down. And Jaden Contreras a little too aggressive. North Texas is not going to let up. Aldrich has done a great job throughout this match, really keeping the lid on the match. Spivey heads this forward. Adi Mabua looks to be down, and we played 4 minutes of our minimum of 7. With a player down. It looks like there might need to be. Oh, Ademabua is back up. And he is having words with North Texas. Anybody that'll listen. Ademabua, who's trying to come back onto the field of play, cannot be let back on until the fourth official allows him. So that was a minute that was come off the clock. So we expect maybe another extra minute after the 7 has been seen. Is that enough time for any goals for the Town? As Molina sliding in, that's going to be a foul. As you can see, what's going on, Ricketts. So more time will come off. Carrera sends it away as we are in our final minute of our minimum of 7. Urzua slipping it behind. Contreras back across the face. Nobody there to nod it home as Salazar was making the run towards the near post. But the right ball, Spivey, a nice stop and go. He'll send it over the top. And you see Chance Cow. Great speed to get to that ball on the touchline. Cow right to Carrera, who will go to ground. You see the pace that Chance Cow has. Still looking for his first career Next Pro goal. Those will come in bunches. Played our minimum of 7. And there will be no more. North Texas stops the streak. They were winless in their last 5 against the Town. That is no more. And North Texas tops the Town. The final 2-0. Now it's time for our man of the match. And none other than Gavin Gall, with this spectacular golazo in the 17th minute. That'll go down as the game-winning goal and will no doubt be on your Twitter feed as a potential goal of the week candidate, and maybe even a little bit later as a goal of the year candidate. North Texas, the reigning champions, take down the Town. The final, once again, 2-0. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com with my entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. My name is James Hadnot saying so long from Arlington, Texas, and have a blessed evening.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.